Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? My name is Rob and welcome back for another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the weekly update for our Canadian-based dividend investing portfolio. I'll be showing you guys what stocks I'm going to be looking to buy this week. I'm going to be showing you guys the dividend income, and I'll give you guys an update on some of the things that I'm buying with my dividend income. So if you guys are brand new to the channel, this is a series that I basically started where once a week I basically document my dividend investing Canadian-based portfolio. And the reason why I do this is to show you guys transparent investing, kind of give myself motivation to do this stuff, but also show you guys how easy it is for everybody to get started with investing into stocks. This channel is really about the fundamentals. We're not about being too technical here. It's all about showing you guys how you can do the stuff really at a basic level and how everybody can benefit from investing into stocks over time. So let's jump inside the portfolio. Let's see how our Wealthsimple trade account is doing for the week. Alright, so let's take a peek at our Wealthsimple trade accounts. We have $116,000 today, $170 Canadian on our Wealthsimple trade accounts in total. This is split between two different accounts on the platform that we have. The first one we have is a personal account, which is worth about $17,000. This is our newer account, and then we have our TFSA, which is our older account that's been slowly growing in the background, and that's been doing quite well. So we'll take a peek at the TFSA first, and then we'll cover the personal account in just a second here. So over the past day, the TFSA hasn't been updated yet today. It is 9:40 at the time of doing this video, so the update should be soon, but that doesn't really matter. Over the past week, it's been up 1%, so we've seen a bit of a gain in the TFSA overall. Over the past month, it's up 3%, which is $3,000. Over the past 3 months, it's up 2%. And then 1 year, we are up 13% inside the TFSA, which is quite a bit. And then all time, we are up 17%, which is $14,000, $160 inside the TFSA, and that is tax-free. One of the biggest benefits of owning the TFSA. And we're vastly, slowly approaching the $100,000 TFSA, the six-figure TFSA. We're slowly getting there. I do have contribution room to get there, so hopefully over the next little while, we can work on that and bump up that TFSA. I'm kind of getting there in terms of my contribution room, but I do have a little bit left. In terms of the personal account, we have 1 day return. Once again, it looks like it's not updated. Over the past week, we're up 1%, which is $100. So a little bit of a gains on the personal account. The 1 month is up 3%, 3 months is up 5%, 1 year is up 12%, and then all time is up once again that 12%, which is $1,800 inside the personal account with a total of $17,000. Before we go any further in the video, I just want to do a quick shout out to Inverse. Inverse is a Canadian-based and American-based research platform where you can take a peek and do all kinds of comparisons and do research on stocks. I'm a big fan of the platform. I've been using it lots to kind of research my stocks and look at all the different financials. I'm also a big fan of it because you can compare different stocks and you really get access to all this information all in one place, which I think is a huge benefit when it comes to finding information about different stocks online. The other cool thing I really like about the actual website is you can share your research, you can see others' research, and you can see all this cool stuff. So it's great for research, it's great for the social aspect, and you guys can do all kinds of cool things on here. And the best thing of all is that the actual platform is free to use. So if you guys want to support the channel, there is a link in the description of this video. Fill in your email, fill in a password, set up an account really quickly, and you guys can get started with Inverse. So I do have a little bit more cash than usual in today's video. I have $500, $449. This is a little bit of chunk of money I got. I got a nice little pay bonus for this year at my part-time job. So I took some of that extra money and we're going to be using that to invest today. We could do a couple different things here. Today's video, I'm not going to do anything too complicated. I'm just going to kind of build up on some of the smaller holdings that I have inside my portfolio. And then I'm going to talk about my portfolio allocations and my plans to give you guys an idea of what I'm trying to do here. So the first thing you guys probably know is going to be talking about the different funds we have. So, you know, I'm a big fan of, in fact, I'm actually going to bring up my track my dividends thing, and I just updated this the other day, so we can see my entire portfolio here and all the shares, all the stocks. The dividend yield, I'll just give you guys a quick little update on this. Dividend yield is 2.28%, yield on cost is 2.56, and annual income is $2,626. This is all my portfolios kind of squished together, and we'll look at some of the stuff a little bit later. But one thing I want to talk about really quickly here is going to be just kind of close that ad there, is going to be the allocations and the way my portfolio is set up here. So here's our different holdings here. Our largest holding is VFE, which is 48%. And if we put my mouse over here, I'm going to move this up so you guys can see, hopefully. If I put my mouse over here on VFE, you can see that it's 48% of the portfolio. We have VDY, which is 32. So if you guys don't know, VFE is S&P 500. VDY is 32. Keep in mind, once again, this is my entire portfolio is put together. And then we have all the other individual stocks here. So we have like TD, Ryokan, pretty much all my Canadian ones, because I only hold Canadian stocks as individual ones. So one of my goals is to kind of bring up a kind of type of balance, I guess, if you will, and I'm kind of working towards doing that for this year. And one of the things I wanted to do was get a 50 to 60% VFE, probably closer to 50, maybe 60% US stocks, about 20 to 30% Canadian stocks overall, and this would include my individual ones, and then building up the high dividend yield funds or covered call funds inside my portfolio to be about 10 to 15%. And this is HYLD. So I started buying HYLD a little while back, and inside my overall portfolio, it's only 1.5%. So we still have lots of room. So that's definitely going to be a stock I'm going to be focusing on today. So out of the $449 that we have today, I'm going to be sticking about, I would say, $300 of that into HYLD. And I did buy some shares on, like, during the beginning of the week as well, in HYLD here. So we're going to go here. I'm going to spend about $300. And once again, this seems like I'm buying a lot. But the reason why is because I'm trying to bring up that 1% a little bit, right? Because our portfolio is so large, it takes a little bit more to bring it up. So I'm not showing to you guys that I'm going all in on these funds. I'm just kind of want to bring it up to where I want it to be. So that in the short term is going to be me buying a little bit more. So we'll put that through. We'll buy those shares. We now have $300 more of HYLD. And speaking of which, we will be getting our first payments, I think, towards the beginning of next week or something. I have to double check the dividend dates, but we will be getting some more of those dividend payments from those funds pretty soon here. So that's going to be really good. Next up, we have $160. So we could do a couple different things here. If you go back on the sheet, I could buy some more US stocks because I am, once again, a little bit down in the US to where I want to be. We could buy some more individual stocks, but we already do have a lot of Canadian stocks, as you guys can see. So I guess what we could do is we will put maybe a little bit into a stock of my choice, and then we'll put the rest into the S&P 500. So once again, we could buy all these different stocks. I think I'm going to buy CNQ because we only have $100. I started a position in this fund. We could also buy POW. I think Power Corp of Canada is a pretty good stock as well. This one has dipped down quite a bit. If you go over the past, let's see, a long term, let's go over the past year, it's up 18%, but we can see a bit of a dip here towards the last 3 months or so. This is a pretty good company. They're a finance company. They own a lot of different companies. They work on investment products, insurance, that kind of stuff. They do own a percentage of Wealthsimple. So I do think the company does have, a good future. And I've been slowly buying it here and there. So we could buy POW. Just looking at some other stocks here. We could buy AQN. Looks like they've recovered pretty well. And we could also buy all these other ones that I've been doing really well. So ATD or TD or TELUS. We could always buy any of these stocks, even Manulife. But we're going to focus on CNQ, I think, because I only have $100 and I want to build my position with this stock. It's currently up 17% since I last bought it, which is actually pretty crazy. Since I did buy it, I think it was a couple weeks ago. Was it a couple weeks ago? This stock over the past 3 months is up 46%, almost 50%. That's actually pretty crazy. So if you did own the stock and you had a lot of shares and you're seeing a big significant increase, you could sell a bit because it's trading pretty high, and a lot of people might see this as a red flag. But once again, I do believe in the long-term value of the company. So I'm just going to buy a little bit and we'll see how it goes. So we'll put like maybe $100. Maybe we'll buy 2 shares. Or we could just do a fractional buy, and I could be like, let's buy $100 of CNQ. But that's actually pretty crazy of what CNQ is doing right now. And that could be like the oil stuff and whatnot going on there too. That might have something to do with that. All that stuff going on in the world right now. We have $60 left, so we could put the $60. I'll just put it towards the S&P 500 once again, just to make things simple and to kind of build upon my position, because I do want to build up the S&P 500 inside my portfolio. So we'll put $60 into the S&P 500. That'll be a fractional share, so that'll go in through at the end of the day, and that's going to be the stocks that I'm buying for this week. Before we end the video, I'll do a little bit of update on the dividend income. We'll talk about some of the payments. We'll talk about what our expectations are. I'll give you guys an update on the monthly dividend income. I don't think we really have any new dividends coming in towards the end of this month. It'll be starting next month. We'll start to see them roll in, and we should have a pretty good dividend month for next month. We'll just have to wait and see. But I think most of our payments come through, and then I'll give you guys an update on some of the things I've been buying with my dividend income, because I did spend a little bit of money because I haven't bought anything for a while. So I bought some things for myself, and I'll give you guys a bit of an update on that. Hopefully, if my voice doesn't kind of start to go away towards the end of the video. I am feeling better there, guys. Every single day I feel a bit better, so I think my voice is still a little bit raspy. But I also did wake up, about half an hour to an hour ago, so there's that too as well, maybe. But here's the upcoming dividends we have coming up. In March, we had 210. Once again, this tool is not accurate. It's not 100% accurate. It's not including all. I think it just includes the announced dividends so far. So If a stock has not declared a dividend, I don't think it's going to show up here. So we'll just give a quick little rundown here. So in March, we have these stocks. In April, we have AQN paying a dividend. We have CNQ paying one. We have HYLD. Looks like they're going to estimate about $14. So we can see that $14 from that small amount that we invested into the company coming through. We have RioCan, Severia Corp. I think TD has a dividend coming in. Or not TELUS, sorry. It looks like we got one from TELUS last month. Yeah, TD. I got T and TD mixed up there. You know, I get excited whenever I see a T. So TD, we have a dividend of $50, VDY $100, and then VFV, we do have a dividend coming in. I don't know why it's here for March. It's supposed to be in April, so I think that's why it looks like this is a lower month. But it should be about 300 to 350, I think, maybe even higher than that, depending on where our dividends come from for the month of April. But this is once again just a cool little tool. And once again, I think it's based on, you know, what if the companies confirm them or not. Which I think some of the ETFs, it gets a little bit confusing, right? Because they're not always confirmed, or the amounts can be a little bit confusing for some of the tools, right? Anyways, going into the monthly dividend income, here's the monthly dividend income on a regular basis. I've been tallying this since I first started this portfolio way back in January of 2020. I just take the dividend income, I add it up at the end of the month, and I stick it into the spreadsheet. If we go down, you guys can see how the portfolio has slowly grown over time. I'm going to have to set up a new one for April since we are March 31st. Tomorrow will be April. I don't think we have any dividends coming in, but we will set that up. March current dividend income is $155. So not significant growth, but once again, we've seen that steadily growth over time. Looks like in December we have $167, $369, $129, then $155. Keep in mind, our big ETFs, those quarterly payments really bump up the quarterly ones because we hold the vast majority of our portfolio in them, as I've shown you guys already in my portfolio. Total dividends is $2,259 inside the portfolio, so that's how much you made in total. And here's a cool little graph that I've been showing you guys. We'll have to get it updated for once again next month. But here's the graph of the dividends basically showing over time. And these big jumps every single time are the big quarterly payments, as well as around here I did make a big deposit myself. I took my two FSAs and I put them together. So that's why we've seen a bit of a shoot up here, but we'll kind of see it go back to normal growth levels since we're not putting large amounts into our portfolio anymore. And going down here, this is part of a spreadsheet I did not show you guys for quite a while, and I haven't really been doing this because I've just been saving my money mostly, so to speak. But one of the big things I've been doing is trying to buy some things with our dividends, and this is something I'm going to get back into over the next little while. I want to get back into this. So I did buy a few things with my dividends, but here's just some things I've been adding over time, and I've been tracking them and just kind of playing with this stuff. This isn't a for sure thing. A lot of people, I think, take a lot of this stuff too literal, and I'm just kind of playing around with the idea of, like, you know, if I get paid like $155 per month, you know, maybe I could buy a CD or something with that. Maybe I could buy a video game. Maybe I could, you know, buy some stuff we could use, some fun things we could play with, different things like that. So I did buy a few things this week for us to kind of, you know, have some fun with. So here's a quick little update on that. So here's the things I bought my dividends, guys. A couple things really quickly here. So I got this nice little puzzle. Me and my girlfriend did a puzzle before. It's a really fun activity. It's a really basic puzzle, as you guys can see, but we're definitely not experts. We're pretty newbies. So we got this nice little picture of these cute little animals to do with the girlfriend. I know she's going to enjoy that. So that's something that we're going to do together. Cost about $5 or $10, I think it was. Next up here is a tongue scraper. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's meant to clean your tongue. Never used one before, but I've read that they're supposed to be good for you, so I'm going to try that out. Next up here is probably the biggest purchase. This is WWF No Mercy. I'm a big wrestling fan when I was a kid, and I enjoyed these games a lot, so I wanted to get something that was new that I never played before, so I got this game. And as you guys can see here, I've been basically expanding my video game collection. I got Super Mario, Mario Kart, and Banjo-Kazooie. So this one was definitely the most expensive by far because apparently it's a bit of a rare game. But it was a lot of fun. It was great. I've been having a blast playing that. So that's been keeping me entertained. And then we have this scale. See if I can get this focus to go here. There you go. You guys can see the focus. So I bought this scale off Amazon. It was on sale. I think it was about $10 to $15. And it's actually a nice little scale. I've never owned a scale in my life, but I thought it'd be cool to have one just to weigh us and weigh the cats and different things like that. So that's a quick little overview of everything I bought with my dividend income, guys. So I'll add it to the sheet for next week, and so you guys can see everything. So at the time of doing this video, it's March 31st. We are approaching the end of the month, and April is coming up pretty soon. I don't have any major plans for the portfolio. It's going to be more or less the same, investing into stocks, kind of growing things out. I do want to, once again, like I mentioned in this video already, work on the portfolio allocation. So kind of bring up some of the different high yield stocks to kind of bring up that balance that I mentioned earlier. So that's going to be on my goals sheet. We're also, taxes are coming up, and I do have to do my taxes, and it's kind of a little bit complicated for me because I'm self-employed, so I do have to put some more money towards my taxes. We'll be shooting to save you know, a lot of money, but I will probably most likely be saving a little bit less, since a lot of the free income I'm going to have is going to go towards taxes and whatnot, and I got to figure that stuff out. A lot of it's a little bit complicated, so I'm still working on that stuff. You know, things always got to grow. And also when it comes to taxes, there's also a lot of things I need to learn and grow and understand from an investing perspective as well. But you know, guys, at the end of the day, it's all about being consistent. It's all about showing up and putting whatever you can and just working on it over time and watching that compound interest and all those different things that work with investing kind of work its magic. So once again, guys, it's going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more content and be notified of when I do these videos. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it very much. You guys are awesome. Take care, and I'll see you guys later.